Hey y'all, we back. What up? It's time for lunch. Man, there's so much going on. Big Meech and Floyd Mayweather and Rick Ross. they ain't gonna be happy until 50 Cent let the nuclear bomb go off.
Yeah. What's up, Flo?
Come on in, lunch crew.
What's going on, man?
G Money in the building, y'all.
What's up, chat?
Greg say, "What's up?" Hey, Greg, guess who gonna be part of the breakfast for dinner panel?
Who gonna be there? Who you got coming to the flow, man? Who you got coming to the flow?
G Money 224. G Money says she down.
Okay. All right. We're gonna have it's gonna be a girl show. A girl show.
we got Felix on there.
Oh, okay. Felix to make sure everybody, be respectable.
Yeah.
He the muscle of the group.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man.
So what's going on, man? What you been doing today?
Man, trying to, make $1 out of 15 cents, man. You already know. That's why I was slow kind of coming in because I had somebody on the other line trying to talk my ear off, man. So you know how it be.
I know how that is, bruh.
You already know. Used to be one of them.
Right.
You already know, man.
The conversations just be going.
Mm-hmm.
We said we gotta go to YouTube with it.
Yeah, man.
Greg, tell whoever you was talking to, man, go and start a channel. If y'all gonna be chopping it up like that.
Right. You know what's crazy though? Who I was talking to, she's like a female version of Cash.
Oh, okay.
She got the line into like the Bentleys, the Rolls Royces. She a car gal, man. But she be dealing with like the big boys.
Okay.
Justin Bieber, and her client list is crazy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's dope.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta work with her.
Yeah, we go.
Cash deep in, so
Yeah. They may be and she's from Iran.
Okay.
Yeah, so we might need to connect them. We might end up commissioning our way into a Bentley or something.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
Yeah, we're gonna make that connection for sure.
Yeah.
You see, so what we got going on, man? First of all, I just saw this, so I want to start off with this. This Rick Ross, Lil Meech, Big Meech, Floyd Mayweather, 50 Cent situation is about to take a serious turn because Floyd and Rick Ross and Lil Meech doing too much. They looking like they having too much fun. And it's almost like every time they post something, I just imagine they posting it for 50 Cent. You know what I mean? Like they posting it in the club. They posting they this. They performing. Rick Ross performing. Floyd over there don't even know the words, but trying to act like he know the words. And I'm like, what does 50 got cooking up? Because he's been relatively quiet so far, for 50.
Yeah.
Like, matter of fact, do we have any, has he even responded to the fact that Floyd involved yet?
No, he ain't said a word, man. That's why I'm over here on the sidelines thinking the same thing you thinking. Because he responding, but he's responding like that was one of the hot topics. Joe Budden, he responding to Joe Budden. We'll get a little bit in details on that. And the female who the reporter who betted him that ASAP Rocky, would be innocent. He on her head.
Oh, he on her head something serious. Megan Kunif or whatever.
Yeah. So, but them, I think he probably coming up with a doozy for Floyd. He like, Floyd, you gonna stick your toe back in the water, bro?
That's what I'm saying. Because 50 normally so quick on the trigger. Mm-hmm. This Floyd thing, he approaching it with different, because everybody waiting on to speak now. Because 50 and Floyd, we already know how they, their history, and I know it even better than anybody because I was right there.
Right.
So let me get a chat, some inside scoop on Diddy and not Diddy, 50 and Floyd. All right, so this was like, I don't know what year, but if somebody in the chat could look up what year that Floyd Mayweather fought Miguel Cotto. Because this was right in that era. I can't remember if that was like 2000 and man, I don't even know. 16, I don't know. If y'all could look it up. Whenever that fight was, around that time, that was around the same time, that whole era when Floyd had caught that charge and he had to do that mandatory, like, I think it was 90 days or something in Las Vegas jail. Mm-hmm. So Floyd and 50 was putting together the money team. That was supposed to be Floyd and 50's thing, TMT. And 50 was trying to help Floyd brand himself in ways and get the business together and get the whole TMT movement together. And then in turn, kind of like 50 was trying to get involved in the boxing world. So I would be out there, and this was after me and Floyd, like when we parted ways. This will show you what type of relationship we got. We just cool no matter what go through. We was young running around. So when you've been cool in them young days, that really don't go nowhere, especially when y'all both ain't go like, I ain't did nothing to Floyd, he ain't did nothing to me, where we can't never be cool. So this was actually at a time after, like when I wasn't with the camp no more, but I still would go out to Vegas. If I was there, I would go to the gym, run around with 50 and Floyd and do whatever, go here, go there. So we would always go to the gym. And man, 50 was with Floyd so much that people was like, dang, they like brothers, but they was putting together their business or whatever. And so what happened was when Floyd ended up having to go in for them like mandatory 90 days or whatever, when he had to serve that time for that little case he had in Vegas, 50 was supposed to be running everything, but it was kind of like Floyd was putting his own plan together and when he was in or just behind the scenes. And so when Floyd came out, he kind of just did TMT and got it licensed and got it all paid for by himself and kind of just ran with it without 50. And 50 was trying to make moves that they had planned to do. And Floyd, one thing about Floyd, you'll be thinking you got a plan. He got his own plan. He'll just go, right? And so that's when when that happened, when Floyd took TMT and just ran with it without 50, and he ran with it because him and 50, like whatever they agreed on, Floyd didn't do it or whatever, according to 50. So right when that happened is when Floyd and 50, when Floyd and 50 went from like, dang, everybody thought they were so cool to they was beefing hard. That exactly when it started. It started when Floyd took with TMT and went and did his thing and left, and then kind of deserted 50 in that way. And then they've been kind of at odds ever since. And I was right there because they were so cool, you didn't see that coming. But then when Floyd did when Floyd just he'd be listening to you, but in the back in his head, he know he's doing the total opposite. He did that to 50, and it all hell broke loose.
Oh wow. Yeah, I remember that, man. That got messy, man. I didn't know what the outcome of that was gonna be, but it wasn't pretty. It wasn't pretty at all. I remember 50 was saying Floyd couldn't read. You know, it was all kind of crazy stuff going on. So I don't understand why he would stick his toe back in this water, man. Like, why? It don't make a lot of good sense. It's almost like he wants to get engaged with 50. Maybe he needs some that kind of attention, media attention.
I knew you was gonna figure it out, Greg. That's exactly what it is. This is an opportunity for Floyd to be relevant. And in these days, you think about it. Floyd bought $400 million, whatever, in the middle of Manhattan. Spent whatever he spent to get it. And other than us talking about it, ain't nobody spent 5 minutes talking on it. So being relevant, but now look, he dancing with Lil Meech and Big Meech, and it's the talk of the world. Now Floyd right back in everybody's conversation. That's how the game goes. See, you can't pay for that. Look, a person like Floyd that got money, he look at that shoe. It's cheaper for me to get exposure with Big Meech and Lil Meech than it is for me to spend $50 million probably out of his pocket or whatever to put down on that $400 million project and still nobody care. Think about it.
Well, he barking up a tree that I don't know if he's prepared for what he getting ready to get. I don't, because if 50 so off the chain, what he did with not Ja Rule, but Irv Gotti, that alone lets you know he has no problem going there. You know what I'm saying? He ain't got no problems.
No, man. That's why
that man, family, kids, everybody had to see that, and he ain't bat an eye about it.
He ain't bat an eye.
That's why he on Joe Budden head right now, because Joe Budden said something about it. And he like, let's stay out of my business. What are you over there talking about?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And speaking of Joe Budden, he talking about he gonna sue 50 for the memes.
That's what Joe Budden said?
Yeah, man.
Let's talk about it.
And then 50 came back and said, so that's the plan? You gonna sue me, Joe? He was like, ha, ha, ha. I think you are mistaking me for someone else. I'm going to get face-to-face with you so you can tell me about the therapy I need. That was the last thing that 50 said to Joe Budden. So Joe gotta walk around now, looking over his shoulder because 50 might be in his face, and he's saying it like it's on sight. As soon as I see you, we gonna see what's up. Since you're talking about suing somebody, over some memes, So yeah, man, 50. I guess, man, people at some point. Maybe they won't because, like you say, 50 is the juice, to get you some media attention. If you don't have, the kind of media attention that you're looking for, it's kind of a good strategy to go at 50 because he gonna put you right where you want to be.
Yeah. I can't wait till he responds like Floyd getting in the mix because this is about to get funny. You got Floyd and Rick Ross and both the Meeches, and then you got 50. And then just one thing we can say about Rick Ross. He might not be as on it as 50, but he close. Like Rick Ross, whether he losing or winning, he ain't going down without a fight when it comes to that beefing and trolling. Like, that's one thing I can say about Rick Ross. Even if he losing, he gonna keep coming back. So
yeah,
this about to get ugly. This is another Tony Busby versus Jay-Z. Because Rick Ross ain't backing down, and all Floyd did was give him a little bit more backup. You know what I mean? Like, because think about it. Without Floyd, Rick Ross don't really have a strong ally in the whole Lil Meech and Big Meech situation. But once Floyd entered the chat with all his mega bajillions, and Floyd also is down to be down to get wild. So now that ain't gonna do nothing but empower Rick. Rick Ross gonna go even harder. So this is about to be, I'm telling y'all now. And y'all can come back to this video when it all really explode. But you're gonna be like, you said it, Flo. Like, it's about to get wild because these both again two sides of people that ain't about to stop.
Yeah, and you remember Rick Ross, baby's mother, sued 50 and won.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. I think she got him for almost a couple M's, maybe like because he leaked the the sex tape. I think it was a sex tape, and she took him to court and won. So when you say Rick Ross, kind of he didn't have some minor little victories against against 50. So he emboldened to get in the mess.
This is about to get messy. Then you got the game rapping, and they somehow mixing it in with Beyonce's mom. And I don't even understand that, but I know game could get messy, and we know Kanye could get messy, and I don't even know what Beyonce mom got to do with it, but
sound like Game want a cougar. She's single, he's single.
Oh, and that's what it was about. Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
So break it down, Greg. Yeah, I didn't get to even get the gist of it. I just saw it was happening. So tell us what's going on with the game and Beyonce's mom.
I seen it late, but it looks like he slid in them DMs. And I don't know what was said in the DMs, but it sounds like Game see a potential opportunity. And you know how Game is, man. Game, when it comes to the young ladies, he ain't about to be biting his tongue. You know what I'm saying? So I think he see, Beyonce mama over there single as all get out, and he like, well, somebody got to take a shot. What y'all scared for? She only human.
Hey, look, 2025 is already a different year. We ain't even in March yet. And 2025 is not disappointing.
No.
As far as entertainment, man. I didn't see the game going after Beyonce mom. And with Kanye behind it, who knows? But I do know one thing. Game doing this, I think that Kanye produced it, right? Or I know Kanye owned it or something, right?
His new music?
Song? Yeah, the song.
Yeah, I think Game.
I think Kanye either produced. I know Kanye owned it, or he probably produced it. I'm sure it sounds like Kanye produced it. But anyway, Kanye just gave the Game all them cars and stuff.
Yeah, the two Maybachs.
Yeah, and just look,
the chrome Maybachs.
So follow the Game, get 2 chrome Maybachs from Kanye, and then now Kanye rapping about Beyonce mom. You know what I mean? Like on a beat with him, like what they got up their sleeve, man. I'm telling you, ain't nothing, especially when you're dealing with Kanye and even the Game, ain't nothing just because. It's calculated.
Yeah.
Those cards. Now he rapping about Beyonce mama. What is Kanye setting up the game to be the go at whoever? You know, everybody need an ally. It looked like because the game and Kanye been close. So to me, it looked like Kanye about to be like, you know what? Some of this wild stuff I'm talking, I need somebody with me. And Game probably was like, man, you give me a couple of makebacks, I'd bite off anybody's ear on the rap side. So, hey, I just read the tea leaves.
Right.
Everything is intentional. So it's a reason why Kanye gave him 2 makebacks. It's a reason why right after that he rapping about Beyonce mom and this and that. And you know how the Carters are. They don't even like that. I bet.
No, they don't like that.
So
absolutely not.
So let's watch how this plays out now. Because hey, look, everybody trying to get a couple dollars.
Yep.
Hey, look, Kanye gave them 2 Maybachs. Game went right in the booth, starting some shit.
I would have too.
Yeah.
Especially when I'm used to doing it anyway.
Y'all, Greg would have been in the booth.
I'd have been in the booth, spitting, walking outside, getting in the chrome Maybach. Man, that's about what? How much Maybachs cost? About
man,
400,000, 500,000.
Yeah, between 3 and 5, easy.
That's $1 million, almost $1 million in cars.
Yeah.
He better get in the booth before Kanye turn on him.
Yeah. Hey, look, I think the general public, I was like, when that song came out, I was like, did y'all think Kanye just gave him 2 Maybachs because he's a good friend? Mm-mm. They put it out there like he just gave it to him on a humble, but trust me, 2 Maybachs don't exchange hands without an agreement.
Right.
Some form of fashion. What you think, Greg?
I think that's exactly what it is, man. You can't. I mean, Kanye probably got a boatload of vehicles, but them 2 was specially put together exclusively for him. And then out of the blue, he put them in Game's garage. Like, here you go, my guy.
Right.
Because you're the only one that's been seen with me in public. Man, no. It's a long game.
Exactly. And one of the only people who will go at whoever, don't care, and got skills. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Game can actually rap. Now, do you like his raps? That's another thing. But he can actually rap. So I see the play by Kanye. And like Michelle said, this is where we at, y'all. These rappers and entertainers, the game has so dried up as far as the rap money. It's so much money in content. These rappers and athletes and all that who don't have to shine on them, they fighting to stay relevant, like Michelle just said. And everybody, and that's what we seeing on full display.
Yeah.
The Game want to be relevant. Kanye want to stay relevant. Floyd trying to stay relevant. Rick Ross trying to stay relevant. And so on and so forth. That's what we seeing.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what's going on, man. You know what I saw that was funny, man?
What?
Let's talk about this. So this morning at the Department of Housing and Urban Development in DC, they had the mandatory return back to the office started today. And when they got there, they had somebody that hacked into the video system, right? And they had the Trump kissing Elon Musk feet, sucking on his toes and all that.
Yeah, I seen that.
In the loop for like 5 minutes on screens throughout the building, man. They had it so hacked they couldn't stop it. They had to just go unplug all the TVs, man.
That like old school, like back in the day. They just had to unplug it.
Yeah, man. I was like, man, these folks is off the chain, man. When they don't like somebody, they know how to like get you where it'll just get up under your skin. You know that got up
Yeah,
under the president's skin, man.
yeah. You just have to unplug it.
Yeah. Did you see the video?
Yeah. I saw the video. Yeah, I saw it.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, look, it be so much crazy stuff. I see stuff like that and just keep scrolling. I get the whole story. I don't even gotta dig in. Once I seen it was hacked, and I seen Elon and Trump, I said, okay, I got that story. But I'm glad. Hey, look, I didn't get to the part where they unplugged the TV, so I'm glad you brought it to the lunch show because I ain't know that part.
Yeah,
For me, that's the funniest part of the whole story.
They had to go on every floor and unplug the TVs, man, because it was in a loop. They like, we got to stop this somehow, some way. So they just I just envision people just walking down halls, just snatching cords out the walls. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, this is crazy, man. So yeah, I found that.
But this is, that's crazy. Hey, Greg, I got to get to this because this is something I didn't see that me talking about. And I don't know if a lot of people know about this subject or what's going on, but I'm a dive into it real quick. So it's this app called Fanbase. It's basically the FUBU of social media apps. For us, by us, but everybody's welcome, of course. It's kind of glitchy. It's kind of a mix of all the apps and not really don't have an identity of its own. I'm just giving the cons of it now. It kind of, if you into like a Walmart style social media app, it kind of combines what TikTok does, what Clubhouse does, what Instagram does, what Pinterest does. It kind of combines it in one app, which to me kind of is too much for me, kind of throws me off. But I'm always going to try to support our stuff. So this is the first time I'm even speaking on it because now I done got to that point where it just need to be spoke on. So it's an app that really been around since 2018, and it just now kind of picked up, well, a little steam, not a lot, but with the TikTok ban and all of that, and so people was looking for other apps. But from the outside looking in, it kind of like it just didn't feel right to me, right? I didn't like even how they was promoting it and look like it's okay to invest, to be looking for investors and all that. But to me, like if you're on a social media app and all day long you talking about invest, and you ain't spending no time telling us how great the app is or what you got coming up or none of that, you rubbing me the wrong way. And that's kind of like what Fanbase had got to, where like the guy Isaac Hayes, Isaac Hayes' son is the owner that put it together and was raising the money. And it was like, okay, it's cool, but every time I see you now, you just pushing this, invest $400. This is an app that you will own and have ownership of and all that. But like, that's cool. But at the end of the day, we just want a fun app we enjoy first. You know what I mean? And okay, cool. You pushing invest. But let's take half of them invest posts out and like spend some time telling us about the good things about the app, what we like about it, what y'all fixing. You know what I mean? Like they spent no time talking about that. So that was kind of rubbing me the wrong way. And it leads up to what Mini said just happened. Did you see Fanbase users delete the app by the thousands after Isaac Hayes III infuriated and misogynistic attack on a black woman who constructively criticized the app? And then that goes back to my point. You so busy asking people for money, you get mad when people criticize the app. The app got problems. You know what I'm saying? The app is glitchy. The app charges you for likes. Like you gotta buy likes. Like if I want to like your stuff, Greg, I gotta buy likes to like your stuff on there. Like, it's a lot of stuff that rub people the wrong way. And sure as enough, it leads to this. Now you going off on a black woman who constructively criticized your app, and now people deleting it by the thousands, and it's gonna grow and grow and grow. Pretty much that app is about to be out of here. And it's just like, the lesson learned for me is, and what I always go by is, you can't make nobody like your app. You can't make nobody like your show. You can't make nobody like you. All you can do is be the best you, the best app, or have the best show that you can, and live with the results. I don't give a damn if somebody say they don't like my show. I make my show how I want my show to be. It's a million shows. Go watch those. You ain't gonna never catch me going off on nobody that criticized my show, because they don't make my show. I do. And so when you insecure, it touched a nerve when she criticized it, because he knows in the back of his mind he asking for all this money, and people ain't seeing the money going into the app. Now you want to go up on an innocent black woman who's doing them. All she's doing is constructively criticizing your app. Greg, take that into the business world, because a lot of people know you in the financial world, and how you handle situations like that, and what you think about that. You know, when people go off on people because they don't like something.
Right. Well, first of all, like, anytime a person is out selling an app, my antennas go up automatically. I'm like, wait a minute. All these other apps, I ain't seen not one of these guys telling anybody, go to my app, do this to my app. They just create the app and let people get on it and determine that this is the place they want to be at on the app. Nobody's forcing. I ain't never heard Zuckerberg say, get on Facebook, pay me this for Facebook, or I don't even know who the owners are for Instagram or, you know, TikTok or any of those apps.
But it's the same way.
You know what I'm saying? Because they create the app, they do what they're supposed to do on the front end, making the app user-friendly, you know, allowing people to come together and do whatever they gonna do on these apps. And the people determine if the app is a good app or not. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So if you're on the other side where you kind of sounding like a two-bit hustler, you know, everybody too savvy nowadays. You're not gonna be able to get that off. You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad you said that, Greg, because I said that on the earlier show. That's why my movement and the movement we are part of is so strong, because from the beginning, even like subscriptions or super chat, whatever we doing, it ain't never a sales pitch to me. It's like real. You feel me? Like I don't even want a community or a fan base that I have to be a sales pitchy car salesman for to survive. I want to just be able to have a good product, and when I need funds or I got to charge you for a subscription or any of that, I'm gonna tell you exactly why, and then you can help out, or you can also not help out and still enjoy my free content. I'm not sweating nobody. You know what I mean? And people respect that.
You know what I hate, bro? I hate anybody that tries too hard. I don't like it, bro. I don't like it. When you're trying too hard, and that's what he was doing. I seen him on this show, that show. And when I get a sense that you're trying too hard, in my mind, a red flag goes up, and I feel like you trying to take advantage in some kind of way. We just ain't found out yet. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of how he came across to me. And as soon as I got that feeling in my gut, I never even went to the site to even see what he was talking about, because I was so turned off by his presentation. I was like, nah, I'm done. I don't need to see nothing. You know
yeah. Hey, look, and guess what, Greg? I totally feel you, and you the same feeling you had is the exact same feeling I had. I literally went to it finally because and got me got an account because that I'm in this media space, and if it's a one of my people got an app, I feel it's my duty to at least do that. You know what I'm saying? To show, hey, I ain't gonna just be on TikTok just because of the position I'm in as an influencer. You know what I mean? I didn't want to, but it took me a while because I'm the same way. I didn't really, the whole approach was turning me off. And so I was like, man, it's just like anything else. You keep pushing, and he was pushing two things: ownership, give us some money, or come use the app and be on the app because it's by Black people and you Black. And see, that ain't no, I don't like that style push because it's like food. Y'all know I love food. I don't want nobody tell me that I gotta eat this food only because a Black person made it. I want to eat it because it tastes good. You know what I'm saying? I want to eat it because I love the food. I don't want you force feeding me something and I gotta eat it. The only reason you selling me on eating it is because somebody who looked like me made it. No, man, I don't like that. I support you. I support my own in any way I can, but don't make me feel like I gotta like it because you a Black person. You know what I'm saying? Like make me like it because it's a good app. Make a fire app. It's like
that's
music.
all you have to do.
Yeah, make a fire app. You don't gotta do all this talk. It's like music. I don't care who make it. If it's good, we like it. If it's trash, I don't like it.
Right. Work behind the scene. Make your your app what people really and truly. To me, I'm like, man, you ain't do your homework, first of all. Because all you got to do is kind of peruse these different apps. You in it even thicker than what we're talking about. So more about the apps, the making of the apps, the behind the scenes of the apps. So you already know how it's supposed to go. So why haven't you done your homework enough where if you're going to bring an app online, you're an African-American man trying to bring an app online, bro, you already know what kind of judgment you're going to be up against from the start. So don't be making me feel like you trying to sell me something that should be for free.
Exactly.
I'm saying,
exactly.
Don't do that to me because as soon as I get the feeling that that's what you're doing, I'm checked out.
Yeah. And then guess what? Out. For all the people or whoever, because they was advertising, putting up $400, bro. Investing like $400 and on having some ownership. Yeah, and guess what? I don't even like that they was charging $3.99 to invest, which is $400. Because you trying to say $3.99 and make it seem like it's not as much as $400. Like you scamming all across the board. If you a person like me that pay attention, bro, when you asking for money, you don't use the $9.99 approach. That's when you selling stuff. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. You turn me off when you do that. Like if you want me to invest $400, why you just say $400? You saying $3.99 because you trying to run game on me. I look at stuff that deep. So don't try to run game on me, man. And then now all these people that invested $400, now they looking at their investment go down the drain because you done cussed out some Black women who just criticized it. Now the app going down in the tank. Now the people with the $400 and whoever even invested $50. Everybody looking mad now. Watch.
I would be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even though it's $3.99, but it's $3.99. It's $3.99, especially when you thinking that you might get some kind of rate of return back on your money. So
right,
I don't get it, man.
And speaking of that, getting over on people, DoorDash was just caught using our tips to pay the dashers. See what I'm saying? Why we need these outlets right here that's not biased. because any company that's getting money from us, their job is to fix. Soon as we get fall in love with them, their job is to screw us over. And if it ain't, it's screwing both of us. Because I don't know if y'all seen, they had to pay almost $20 million, which probably ain't nothing compared to what they got over on. But what they were doing was they was using whatever tip we give our dasher, they was literally using that for their pay and capping them out. So they weren't really getting it as a tip. And it was some illegal little scheme they was doing called a little guaranteed pay. So maybe if they guaranteeing them $4 per order or $3 an order, $2. If we tip $3, then that tip just went to they thing. You know what I'm saying? If we tip $2, DoorDash provide $1, and the $2 will go to their thing. You follow me? So they were using our tip money to pay. So I want my money, and the dashers who was supposed to get that money to get that money. Like that's it. That's what we dealing with, y'all. Like anytime they can get over, now they done had a big settlement and a big court case, and now they had to pay 17, 18 million, but they done probably made hundreds of millions off the back of dashers and they paid nothing. We've been paying for that. We've been paying the workers for the DoorDash. And as a matter of fact, you know, I'm a heavy DoorDasher, and y'all, I kind of slipped up earlier, Greg. Matter of fact, I didn't have my ticker on there. So I ain't getting no type of lunch today. So I had a filet of fish from McDonald's, and I went through DoorDash. And I'm about to boycott their ass.
Man, I'm sad, bro. I was using Uber Eats, and then I switched to DoorDash probably about 2 months ago because some of the more, you know, higher end restaurants that's kind of closer to me, Uber Eats wasn't, you know, going there. And then I went to DoorDash and they were. And I'm thinking, right. I'm like, DoorDash, this is great. Like, I didn't know anything about what you're saying right now. But looks like I'm getting ready to go back to Uber Eats, because if that's what they doing,
yeah. Oh, yeah, no, we got to go back to Uber Eats, y'all. DoorDash, I don't like that. That's a hell of a charge to get caught up in. Like, to the average person who don't care about the common man, you ain't gonna care about this story. But if you care about the common man that's out here, common man and woman that's out here trying to provide for their kids by running around delivering us food and delivering us groceries, and then this company making gazapple billions want to not even pay their workers. They want to take our tip that we think is a tip that's going straight to our dasher. No, they're using our tip to literally pay them so they don't have to pay them, and was being slick about it. I don't like that, man. I don't like it. I don't like it. See, that's the type of stuff I would go on TikTok and raise hell about. And I had DoorDash sending me an email telling me to call off the hounds. That's what I used to be on. I mean, I'm still on that, but I'm just saying, like, it be the stories a lot of people skip over that I don't skip over, because I care about the DoorDash people delivering my food. And when I get them a tip, I want them to have that tip. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like that.
No more DoorDash for me, man.
Yeah, I'm done with them. Uber Eats from here on out. That was foul. And they talk about they glad to get this years-long case behind them. I said, I bet y'all is, because y'all done got over more than that.
Yeah, because they never tell you the actual dollar amounts. You know what I'm saying?
No.
They gonna tell you that, bro. But bro,
what up?
Why are they having so much fun in jail, bro?
Oh, when you talk about the Tory Lanez?
Yes, man. Why? What's going on in jails, man?
In jail, can't you?
Man, Tory Lanez doing a whole album in jail, man. It's on video. I'm like, what is going on in the jails in America, bro? I'm like, how are they getting this off, man? Like, where is the people to monitor what's going on in these jails, man. That was crazy. I seen that video. First of all, when I first seen the video, I'm like, you mean to tell me Tory Lanez is on this video on the jail phone rapping like he in the studio?
Yeah. Bro, you can do anything in jail.
Bruh, what you think about that, man? And then next thing
I thought that was crazy. And I was thinking the same thing you said. I was like, you can literally do anything in jail these days. Like they got platforms. Back in the day, you couldn't do nothing in jail.
Nothing, bro.
Nothing. Like you had no access to the outside world besides that one call or however. I don't even know the jail minutes, however. And then they started letting you buy minutes. That was the first little leeway they started getting, because I remember it was even a cap on how many times you could talk.
Right.
But first they started giving them minutes, and then they started letting them have, you can have phones, you can record music, you can make mixtapes, you can make content.
Man, bro.
Tory Lanez in there. I mean, I know he'd rather be outside, but he looked like he having a little fun. What you think?
A little. he in there still. I mean, I guess you can't blame him for taking advantage of, what they got going on in the jails. I mean, because if he doing, he dropping songs and sending them out from jail, man, that's Tory Lanez at the end of the day. That's revenue being created, from the jail phone. I'm like, how are they allowing that to happen, man? He might as well, like you say, I know he would much more prefer to be out here on these streets, but if I'm in jail and I still can make a couple 100,000 or a couple million while I'm in jail, jail ain't that bad when you can do that, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, look, it's like way fun. But we gotta get, Greg, we gotta get your opinion on Diddy's ASAP Rocky's lawyer not being able to represent Diddy, and Diddy wanted him to, and Jay-Z said hell no.
Well, I mean, that's pretty much what happened. He got his relationship with Jay-Z and Jay-Z people trump his relationship that Diddy was trying to have with him. Diddy really didn't have a relationship with him. He just knew he, could be a good lawyer in that type of case. But he like, man, I wish I would go over here and mess with Diddy when I got this good relationship with Jay-Z, Rock Nation, this person, that person over at Rock Nation. I would have did the same thing. I would have bowed out too.
But don't it go back to the point of another situation where it's very clear. I mean, we all knew it, but it's always funny when it rears its head, is that Jay-Z ain't fooling with Diddy in no kind of way. Period.
No. Not especially when he got wind of what Diddy was up to and what was getting ready to come down the pipe.
Yeah. And remember how you were saying how Jay-Z's attorneys, his stable of attorneys versus Diddy's attorneys? Look, Diddy wants some of that Jay-Z work.
Right. And speaking of Diddy's attorney, I seen one of Diddy's attorneys yesterday, and he looked so buttoned up, man. I was like, this is one of Diddy's attorneys? I'm like, okay, now I see really what's going on, man. Did you see him? He was on the news talking about that the music moguls' homes must be suppressed because the warrants that authorize. You seen that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I seen him for the first time, and I was like, man, he ain't got no kind of cachet. Man,
Nah,
the federal prosecutors is going to have a field trip with him, man.
bro.
I
I be
couldn't.
trying to tell people, man. He one of those public defender type swag attorneys. Like, I mean, like when I say that, I mean like you say, like when you seen Johnny Cochran, even when you seen ASAP Rocky's attorney for the first time speaking, or just his swag, his auras, whatever you want to call it. Diddy's lawyer ain't got none of that. But I'm gonna tell you why. And Greg, you understand me on this. When you're dealing with the top of the top of the top, see, the real attorneys, like Jay-Z's attorneys, or like ASAP Rocky attorney, they are gonna map out the game plan. At least, at the very least, they're gonna map out 80% of it and give you 20% say so, because at the end of the day, they the lawyer. But Diddy, his personality won't let that type of person who want to really do their job and won't do it unless you let them do their job. That type of lawyer ain't fooling with Diddy. So that's why you get these car salesmen, ambulance chasing kind of swag attorney. Now he got his name, but you can get a name all kind of ways. A name and a big name as a lawyer do not necessarily mean you cold at it. It just means you had a couple big cases that may have went your way, or just big cases you were involved in, but that don't mean you cold at what you do. And so I think Diddy, if I was to guess, he got attorneys that have big name. So you do have some power, but power don't overrule, doing your job good as a lawyer. But Diddy got him somebody with a big name that'll listen to him. And that's why you get that type of guy. Because that type of guy they don't care about. They like, whatever you want me to do, I'll do it. Just pay me them big money.
But guess what, man? Everybody that has done something where in our eyes, or in public opinion's eyes, that they was not going to be able to get out of the trouble that they was in, every last one of them had the attorney with the swag that ended up getting them off. So I don't even understand why he would even think anything less than that. He knew just think about it. OJ, ASAP Rocky, you can just go on and on and on. You know what I'm saying? All those attorneys had that cachet. Now, they knew their job. They knew how to lawyer, but they also had that extra that could potentially persuade public opinion, could potentially persuade the jury. If you got some old boring attorney trying to get you out of this kind of trouble, man, public opinion, listen at us right now talking about public opinion, right? And then you got to go in front of the jury, and the jury, based off of they're human. They're human. So they're going to be looking at him like, man, not only do he know what he's talking about, but he kind of got that cachet that makes me think that he's telling the truth about what he's talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So, man, I kind of Diddy in trouble, man.
Yeah, Diddy in trouble. Say hi to one of our newest members, Greg Diamond Gonzalez, in the building.
Diamond. Bro, check this out. Do you know who Douglas Wigdor is?
Douglas Wigner?
Wigdor.
No, oh man, why that last name sound familiar?
Okay, so Douglas Wigdor, they say, is the person who brought Diddy down. The attorney. Okay, so many have. I just came across this. I was like, man, let me bring this to the chat. I was like, who is Douglas Wigdor? And they say many have speculated about how or why Diddy fell from grace so fast and harshly. It made the public believe that someone had a vendetta to settle against him. The idea is completely, you'll be shot to meet the man that's truly responsible for his downfall, Douglas Wigdor. He is widely recognized for representing victims in high-profile sexual harassment, sexual assault, and employment discrimination cases. Notable cases: Harvey Weinstein allegation. Wigdor represented multiple women who accused film producer Harvey Weinstein of sexual misconduct. Dominique Strauss-Kahn case. He represented, you know who Dominique Strauss, he's like the French person. He represented the female who brought up the case against Dominique Strauss, right? And then he also represented the Fox News litigation, where he represented over 20 employees in sexual harassment and discrimination case against Fox News. And then he also, NFL discrimination lawsuit in 2022. He filed a class action lawsuit on behalf of individual coaches Brian Flores, Steve Wilkes, and Ray Horton, alleging discrimination practices against Black coaches in the league. Wigger has been referred to by the Financial Times as America's most prominent Me Too lawyer. His trials, verdicts, and arbitration awards and settlements have exceeded $1.5 billion. Douglas Wigdor, man, is one of the people who pretty much been on Diddy head, and they say he's one of the reasons why Diddy's in the position that he in right now. He's the king of the Me Too movement.
Okay. Wow, I knew that. I've seen that last name. Maybe I did a story on it before. I do remember that last name, but I didn't know he had something to do with Diddy.
That's crazy, man. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's how you know that his road has finally come to an end, because it's too many top-notch individual who wants his road to come to an end. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Man.
That's crazy, bro. Like you said, it's too many people that's ready for his road to come to an end, and it's over with. And the few people who can save him, he's so far gone, they putting their heads in the sand.
Right.
They like, I ain't going down with you, bruh.
Right.
The dreamer in the building, y'all. Dreamer. Yeah, man. So what else you got, Greg? On Greg's hot topics, what you got over there, man?
Man, you know, Rudy Giuliani satisfied his Fulton County election workers' $148 million defamation case. It's pretty much a wrap. Former New York City Mayor Rudy Giuliani on Monday satisfied the judgment against him that required him to pay two Fulton County election workers a total of $148 million for defamation. Court documents show a jury found Giuliani liable in 2023 for defaming Ruby Freeman and Shay Moss by falsely accusing them of tampering with the 2020 presidential vote in Georgia. A jury found Giuliani liable in 2023 for defaming Ruby Freeman and Shay Moss by falsely accusing them of tampering with the 2020 presidential vote in Georgia. In the process of reaching a settlement in January, he was held in contempt twice by two different federal judges for failing to relinquish possessions and continue to defame the two election workers. The court documents show that the settlement action has been dismissed in district court after it was determined that Giuliani had fully satisfied his obligations to Freeman and Moss. Man, 148 million?
148 million.
Yes, bro. 148 million. I mean, he treated those two ladies so bad, man. I really felt sorry for them when all that was going on. But at the end of the day, the law prevailed, and now they walking around with 148 million between the two of them.
Dang, that's a lot of millions, bro.
Yeah. Yes, bro. Just because, just think about it though, man. They couldn't even move around because people was, heckling them, showing up at their house, death threats galore. And all these two ladies were working at the polls, during that election, and he basically just defamed their name, left and right during that period of time. And they took him to court and sued him and won. And he was trying to backpedal. He was trying not to, pay him, trying to say, I'm broke, I ain't got no money. Man, they was in his car collection. They was getting to, his money to the point where I guess he just said, you know what, I'll be better off just giving them this money, giving them these assets and being done with it, because they will not stop. And man, 148 million, done deal.
Done deal.
Crazy, man.
Crazy. Did you see what Mini Me was talking about? Now that's something I ain't really been able to look into. I don't know if you see it. About that Apple stuff. Yeah, I like when Michelle said, she said that's the epitome of keeping my name out your mouth. 148 million, Greg.
Absolutely.
Keep my name out your mouth.
That'll make you keep the name out the mouth for 148 million.
Matter of fact, keep my name in your mouth. I'll take another 144 million. 148
right.
million.
No did.
Keep my name in your mouth.
Right.
But yeah, did you see? I didn't see she talked about this earlier. I get a chance to look into it. I don't know what they're doing, but did you see the Apple investing 500 Bs?
Yeah, they bringing one here to Detroit.
Okay. Do tell.
Yeah, they in the initial.
Greg, you in the middle of the mix over there, like what? There's a lot going on right in Greg's backyard for some strange reason.
Yeah,
Mega man. You pulling all the strings over there, Greg.
Yeah, man. I'm giving back to the community in my own little way,
Y'all know every story is happening right around Greg for some reason. Apple bringing a whole warehouse to Greg's front door.
Yep.
What is it? What they gonna be making? And what they like? Anybody know like what they're doing, or is not being told yet?
They haven't said specifically what they're going to be doing, but they've already identified the real estate in Detroit. They've already I don't know the dollar amount that they're bringing to Detroit, but it's some hundreds of millions. So there's more jobs, for the community, of course. And Apple, man, Apple's a good company. It's going to be here, probably until the end of time. They take care of their employees. So just to see them investing in, these urban areas, it kind of give me the warm and fuzzies, because a company like Apple, they could take that business and be in Wyoming somewhere. But
you know why I like Apple?
What's up?
Because they broadcast the Flow Show No Filter every day at 9 a.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday.
Right.
subscribe to the podcast if you like.
You
I
see?
like when I do sales pitches. I like to have fun with it. Like it's fun.
Man. Yeah,
It's just like that's how you plug.
Yeah,
You like,
man.
oh, you speaking of Apple? You talking about the Apple that broadcasts the Flow Show No Filter podcast every day at 9 a.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday? Oh yeah. Shout out to Apple.
And see, that's what I'm talking about. You know, they relate to, you know, the common person, and they're just in our ecosystem now, you know, from the phones to the computers, you know, you name it, they kind of got their hands in it. So for me to see that they're also, you know, coming back to these urban areas and putting in, you know, these huge you know, buildings to bring in workers, man, and you know they paying people good, you know. Yeah. So shout out to Apple.
Yeah, shout out to Apple, man. Detroit is doing their thing. You know, us Clevelanders, all we knew about Detroit was Gator shoes and Cadillac gold medallion gold chains with all the old school with the hats on. We used to be like, man, they do that. Like they do their Gators up there.
Mm-hmm.
But shoot, now they got
Don't
Apple.
Forget about Buffs. Don't forget about Buffs. Don't forget about the Buffs.
The Crocs or what?
The Buffs, the glasses.
Oh, yeah. I'm Ohio. You gotta give me the real name. Okay, yeah. Y'all do be having y'all glasses. The glasses game be crazy.
Yeah, man. And then, man, you would be like surprised. Actually, it's crazy because I'm working with this cat who's trying to develop some real estate on the river. Like, man, if you came to Detroit now, man, it's like downtown is like, man, it's like night and day. From like 10 years ago to now, I mean, you can literally. 10 years ago, you went downtown, you was clutching your pearls and, you know, trying to make sure your doors was locked. And now, man, it's so nice down there. They got all the good eateries. You know, you got Little Caesars Arena. You know, you got Dan Gilbert, who then came and, you know, did a lot of his business in Detroit. The skyline is, you know, is upgraded. They building stuff all over the place. They rehabbing hotels. So yeah, I mean, Detroit got it going on right about now.
Sounds like a good location for us to do one of our live show events that we talking about doing, Greg. We might have to do one in Detroit, the same area that you're talking about.
Oh, absolutely, bro. It's so many nice restaurants / event halls. You know, that's kind of Detroit is about hustlers. You know, that's what they've been known to be, you know. And now you mix that corporate with that hustle, then you got a nice thriving, you know, city. The real estate values then went up tremendous. So yeah, Detroit on an upswing for sure.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, we definitely got it. Felix said he never been. Detroit is definitely on the rise, and I've had fun even in the old Detroit, so I can imagine now. Definitely want to get out there. Lauren says she loved being downtown.
Oh, you would love it, bro. You would love it. And you a foodie at restaurants. Yeah. We might be in the top 3 of food and restaurants in the country. I mean, and I've seen it like, you know, like different, you know, polls of what areas has the best food. And I haven't seen too many polls that didn't have Detroit in that top 5 for restaurants and, you know, and eatery spots, man. It's so many, Flo. Like you name it, African food, Italian food, what Indian food. I mean, you name it, they got it, man. Soul food, it's tremendous. That's why I said I switched from Uber Eats to DoorDash because I couldn't get no soul food, on Uber Eats. And then when I switched over to DoorDash, man, some of the best soul food, man. And I come from, when I lived in Nashville for a number of years, Nashville had that good Southern soul food as well. So I didn't think nobody could trump that until I started eating the soul food here in Detroit, man. I'm like, oh, because that could be hit and miss.
Right. Yeah, that could be hit or miss.
Yeah. So yeah, man, Detroit is somewhere, when you get to moving around, you'll be here, you'll see for yourself.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. Hey, I saw definitely got a shout out to Detroit, and we definitely gonna do a live when we do our tour for the Flow Show No Filter. Detroit gonna definitely be one of our stops, and we're gonna hit downtown. Preferably, I'm a rooftop, like a little rooftop lounge vibe. That's what I'm
plenty of that.
Okay, well, we go. Hey, Greg, we going to every rooftop in everybody's city. The very first one I did, as a matter of fact, was in a rooftop at Atlanta. Because I told you, one thing I'll do is I always do one to do a test run. So I had like all my fans and stuff met, like when I was launching, like that I was even about to start a podcast, but this was for the pilot episode. And I had an event at a rooftop lounge in Atlanta. I don't know why I can't remember the name right now, but it was really nice. We was on a rooftop. I took pictures with the fans, and we just kicked it. But I didn't do the episode there, but I was just kind of celebrating. But now that I've done one, and I'm like I have my boys with me, so I had to do it. I had my first time like stepping out like that. So it was like, okay, I got the nerves off. It was all cool. Everybody was cool. It was just like the chat. Like one thing about a Flow fan, they always be cool as heck. Like I ain't never met nobody that just was super cool. There's always just like a good vibe. You know what I mean? So now I want to do the same thing, but actually do a show there. You know what I mean? Like a show at a rooftop bar. Like we meet up, do a show, and kind of kick it after that. But the one I had in Atlanta was fun. There was a lot of people there. It was nice. So I look forward to like doing it again.
Oh, bro, they got some of the dopest rooftop, situations that it's so many of them, bro. You like, you got ones where it's mixed crowd. You got ones that's more, African Americans. You got some that's Hispanic, man. It's so many. And then the skyline that Detroit has is kind of underrated. You got the skyline, then you got the water, because from Detroit to Canada, you got, all that good old water, so it's a nice area, man, where you can just, go feel comfortable, have a good time, and then get your behind back to your house. But yeah, man, it's a lot of nice spots. I've only been here for 5 years, almost 6 years. Man, I probably then went to about 20 to 25 different restaurants since I've been here.
Oh yeah. We're gonna do something nice then, man. I'm looking forward to it.
And the reason I've been able to go to so many restaurants because the guy I was telling you about who is trying to now start developing, some houses on the Detroit River, the riverfront. He owned a restaurant, so he know everybody. So I hang out with him, man. We be at this restaurant, that restaurant, you know what I'm saying? So I'm a foodie too. So I'll be like, hey, bro, what we got going on this weekend? He be like, man,
we're gonna be lining that up. Matter of fact, when y'all get a chance, all my Detroit people, send me a good rooftop bar lounge in downtown, a good area that we could reach out to and put something together with.
Oh yeah,
they definitely do that, Greg.
They're gonna flood you with different rooftop restaurants. Just wait, you gonna see.
Yeah. We're gonna definitely. I can't wait. So, kind of not so great news, but everybody know Joy Reid got her show. Her show is over with. But what I wanted to speak on was I don't know. I'm sure y'all probably know who Rachel Maddow is. From MSNBC. she actually took the time in her show to tell how much she loved and appreciate Joy Reid, and really like she's just heartbroken by the whole situation. But the reason I want to touch on it, it ain't even necessarily just about Joy Reid, because I can't play it because y'all won't be able to hear it like y'all can when I had a mic hooked up. But I'm gonna kind of paraphrase, and it's funny that Rachel Maddow said the same thing that I've been saying since maybe the end of last year or even before that. Rachel Maddow said what people don't realize is so much going on behind the scenes that has never happened before. And she said like the freedom of press and freedom of speech of media and press, she said is under attack like never before. And then she said this live on the show. She said, you try to tell people like it's hard for me to get y'all to understand, but the attack on freedom of press and all that, she said it's never been. She said she's been in the game for years and decades, and said she never seen nothing like this. And I've been saying that for a long time, and now I'm glad to see now mainstream media is putting the call out there to the public that if any of it's more of a time than ever before. Any of your news people or your podcast or anybody that you support, you have to support them any way you can these days, because you see, just like how Rachel Maddow said it was only 2 non-white people that had their show at some type of prime, whatever she said on MSNBC, something about either had shows or had them in prime time. I can't remember, but she said, and both of those have been fired. And she said, not only that, but she said it's the staffers and all the behind the scenes people who are also getting let go, laid off, saying that they can apply for a different position. So they give them a different position and pay them less. And if you ain't going with whatever the new agenda is, then you grass. And she was almost in tears. She spoke this on her show, and I just thought it had a time to bring it up, because I've been saying that they are trying their best to get a hold of this narrative, y'all. They don't like that we can get on here and talk to each other and talk about what's really going on, and we can put our hand up to that BS narrative that they've been trying to shove down our throats, no Diddy, since the 50s and 60s when TV even came around. You know what I mean? So, like I said, give me your thoughts on that. But I just thought that somebody of that level is saying the same thing I've been saying as loud and as long as people are going to listen to me. Because what happens is most people just see it a little bit right now, but they don't understand. And then by the time you really understand, it's going to be too late. And that's why I'm the type of person that I scream stuff early, because I'm confident in what I'm saying. I don't have to wait for everybody to catch up. But I'm glad Rachel Maddow is telling the real on what's going on, man, with the new media. Thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, Rachel Maddow, she a beast. She been a truth teller. You know, I'm surprised she still got a show, but I just let you know how cold she is.
Exactly. You know? And for her to say that, I want to cut you off, and for her to say what she said on the show, right? She definitely a beast. But go ahead. Yeah.
She a beast. Said it on the network. Yeah, she a beast, bro.
She said that was a bad idea.
Yeah, they didn't try to cut her legs from up under her many of times, you know, and she always been at, she's one of those type of ladies who do a lot of deep dives on things. Like, she's educated me about, a lot of different things over the years, because she's not scared to go into those places and bring the information back to her audience. That's what I love about Rachel Maddow. You know what I'm saying? And she does not play with anybody, I don't care how much power you have. If you did something that you ain't supposed to do, she's bringing light to it, and it ain't gonna just be a gloss over. She gonna get all the way in your business. You know what I'm saying? And for her to do that, I mean, her and Joy, I mean, they, you just, if you watch MSNBC over the years, you would see that they had a personal relationship. You could tell they respected each other, and Rachel ain't gonna just get fake, when something happens that she don't agree with. And apparently she doesn't agree with, what just happened with Joy, man. So that's definitely good to see. But I mean, you just got to think about it. For the past almost 8 years, everybody in the political pretty much landscape has been saying fake news, fake news, fake news, fake news. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't surprise me that so much chaos is going on behind the scenes, because they've kind of set it up where the people that's really the truth tellers behind the scenes, man, like Joy probably been taking a beating for a long time, man.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, And then the other young lady, I think she's either Filipino. I can't even remember her name right off the top of my head, but they let her go as well.
Right. Those are the two people she talked about.
Yeah. Alex Wagner is her name. Okay. Alex, the same type, her and Joy, thick as thieves, and Alex was the same way. She was, one of those truth tellers as well. But then once, they gave everybody, the DEI pass, then it kind of made it a little bit more easier for the higher ups to let these type of individuals, go by the wayside, unfortunately. So yeah, it's sad, man. Sad.
Yeah, that's sad, man.
Yeah.
I'm just over here playing with stuff, y'all.
So yeah, man. We got some basketball tonight, bruh.
Who we got? Let's go. Who we got?
You get a chance to sit back and watch your Cleveland Cavaliers tee up against who they're playing, Orlando. And then after that, the real showtime is, Luka against the Mavs. So
okay, so Luka against the Mavs. What time?
The Cleveland, I think it's the Cleveland and Orlando game starts at either 7:30 or 8.
Okay, that game, if they start at 7:30, that game will be over at 7:35. What's the next one? we making quick work of people. That's why I ain't been talking about my Cavs so much. I don't gotta explain what we doing. Who the next game, Greg? That game will be over at 7:35. Orlando Magic. Shout out to all my Orlando fans out there. But we're gonna have to hand it to you on the platter tonight. What's the next game, Greg?
Bro, I think you might be a little too confident over there, bro.
I always am. I always am. That's why the players be like, "Shut up, man." Hey, look, I don't gotta be sweating in the fourth quarter at the free throw line, man. I can just, Hey, look, we gonna be up by 30 in the first 5 minutes. The NBA players be DMing me. Just shut up, man.
I'm
giving Orlando all kind of bulletin board material.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. You took the words right out of my mouth. No Diddy. Bro. Orlando is not to be played with, bro.
So, hey, look, what I did was I set it up for either I could come in tomorrow talking or y'all can come in talking shit. So one way, it's only gonna go one way or the other, Greg.
Yeah, bro.
If the Cavs do what they're supposed to do, then I can come in tomorrow and talk my talk. If not, if the Cavs get their butt beat, I'm gonna have a little bubble like Greg tomorrow. I'm gonna be just a little medallion.
Bruh. I think both games is gonna be, man. This is what I'm talking about, man. This is why I love NBA basketball. This time of the year, and then you got teams like everybody is good. It's not like
Yeah.
a lot of separation between these teams, man. So every
Yeah.
game you watch, it's a barn burner.
Yeah, and
Even
like I was about to say, you took the words too, because I was about to say good and exciting, like the
right,
dynamics of the teams this year. Because you can have a lot of good teams, and then it could be a lot of boring, like the makeup of the team. But to me,
right.
all the teams that are in the top half, they're exciting to watch. I know people getting tired of all the threes, but what's happening is it's just that when the real good teams play, it's good basketball. But when it ain't the two good teams, when you watching people just run up and down shooting threes, it look like LA Fitness. You know what I mean? But when you got the Lakers, the Cavs, the Celtics, the Mavs, or all these teams that's balling, Oklahoma City Thunder. That was a crazy game where SGA went to the rack, went to lay it up, had the game winner, and Anthony Edwards came out of the way. Came out of nowhere and swatted it. It looked like playoffs, bro.
Exactly. Even man, this is crazy because I've never, and people are gonna be like, man, how you gonna be from Michigan and not like the Pistons? Because I've always been a Lakers fan. So
you're wild for that, Greg.
I know, bro. I know, bro.
You in heart of the bad boys.
Yes,
you're
bro.
A big Laker fan. I know they hate you at the.
They hate me, bro. My boys. Oh my God, bro. You have no idea, bro. They hate me, but it's crazy because I'm warming up. I ain't warming up to the Pistons to the point where I'm about to switch my allegiance, but I'm warming up to them because the style of play, like everybody on the Pistons team, it's looking like they could, have some. They could have some motion this playoff season. They definitely making the playoffs compared to last year where they barely was winning games, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Greg, I got to get your thoughts on what Mini-Me just said. What about Embiid missing all these games, and is it over with for him, man?
Man, I'm so tired of Embiid, man. I'm really tired of Embiid just stealing money because that's all he doing at this point. Yeah. He just stealing money. And, 400 games, bro.
Hold on, y'all. The door locked. Take it, Greg.
400 games. That's crazy. So, yeah, Embiid, I just think with the new culture of, being able to, sit out of games and, it's such a tragedy because, you got these fans coming to these games, they may be spending their last in order to, actually come to the game. And now, you can't even come and see your favorite players. So Embiid, it's sad. It's just sad.
Crisis averted.
Huh?
I said crisis averted, door locked. Unlocked. All good, y'all. See, this is when you do a live show. You keep it real.
I don't even know what happened. I seen Darnell come in and say the door is locked. What does that mean? Oh, Darnell is...
Yeah, Darnell was locked out.
That's dope, dog.
Yeah, that's dope. Hey, look, when all your friends know how to use technology, you unstoppable.
Yeah.
We're a bunch of old ones that know how to use this technology. We like the young crew.
That's crazy, bro. I'm like, Darnell, what does he mean? The door is locked.
My old school friends would have been calling my phone and shit. Man, not in the middle of the show. You gonna talk to me? You got to come in the show and talk to me.
Yeah, man. I didn't know what was going on. I had to put the mute button on.
Greg put my mic on mute. Hey, Greg, I told you, Greg don't miss nothing. That's why Greg my boy. He didn't know what was going on. He know if they was kicking the door in. And, hey, look, the flow was about to be taken off in cuts on live on the show.
I'm like, I can't hear this.
Yeah. No, it's all good, y'all. We be having fun. Y'all just is so welcome. And I tell everybody who around me, you a part of this. That's why I don't want to make it where I got to be all like, oh, you can't bother me while I'm doing it. Like, I like for everything. It's part of the show.
Right.
It's why people like my stuff. See, I ain't like, we just open. He said the doors unlocked. I highlighted in the chat.
I didn't know what was going on.
Hey, Greg said he didn't know what was going on. I was wondering why I came back, y'all, and my mic was muted. I said, David, what I do? I got to put it on timeout.
Right, I heard ruckus. I'm like, you're right.
Talking. Hey, Greg, I was like this.
I thought Stevie J was over there or something.
Yeah, Stevie J and Diddy done pulled up.
I'm like, I gotta make some moves. I gotta make some calls, man. Stevie J over there, infiltrated my camp. Let me see what's going on, man.
Man, we having a ball, man.
That was funny, man. We was just talking about Embiid, oh sorry self, man. I was just telling the chat that the thing that I hate about the whole management of your time, all this stuff that these players are doing. People be spending their hard-earned money to go see these games, and they can't see the superstars, bro. I don't.
We are still laughing. we are still laughing at now how did my camera go off? What's going on? Why is my camera off?
You did that. You gotta cut it back out.
Hey y'all, Greg, to turn my camera. I'm straight. I don't even know how my camera went off.
I don't know, bro.
Damn, Diddy and Stevie J, what the hell y'all doing? Hold on, how do you turn? Oh, hold on. Here we go. Boom.
There you go. Yeah, you solo. You ain't got your marble floors and your piano behind you no more, man.
I don't need it, man. Just keep going. I'm feeling.
So yeah, man, they are laughing, man. We thought we was all about to have to get in our cars, planes, and all that.
Hey, Greg, I like how you muted me and just continued the show.
What else can I
do? When I came back, you was just rolling with the show. I was just like, why I can't talk? I didn't know my mic was off.
I didn't know what Darnell was doing. I'm like, has Stevie J infiltrated and put a new name with stuff like Stevie J Darnell?
Yeah, hey, look, y'all gotta keep y'all head on the swivel. You don't never know what somebody might do. You gotta think the worst first and then let it be better than the worst.
Yeah, man. That's exactly what you gotta do.
Yeah. But what was we talking? Oh, with sports.
What about sports?
That's what we was talking about, right? We didn't win all.
We was talking about Embiid, but it ain't just Embiid. It's a lot of cats, man. That just the NBA is just throwing out so much money nowadays. Where these guys, if you got any kind of talent, and you want to just kind of milk the system. They're allowing you to pretty much milk the system nowadays, man, which is crazy, because back in the day, star players didn't miss games. Even and LeBron still got that in him. LeBron don't miss games. You know what I'm saying? He don't really believe in that low management concept like a lot of these cats do. You know, that's why I still love LeBron, man, because he is a true purist when it comes to the game. You know, he's there every night. I ain't gonna say he don't take a night off every now and then, but to be honest with you, I really don't, you know, unless it's towards the end of the season, he trying to rest up before the playoffs. He might take a game or two off. But outside of that, man, people pay them, you know, pay that money to come see these players, and you on the bench in street clothes? I'd be want to just go over there and just smack him in the face, bro. Like, man, what are you doing, bro? These people that probably saved a couple, you know, checks. Tickets ain't inexpensive. Tickets are expensive. And they show up thinking, you know, bring the kids. The kids are fans of whatever player for whatever team. And then you get there, you just spent all this money, and your main player on the bench talking about some low management. Man, right. Come on, man. I don't like that at all, bro. I don't like it.
I don't like it. And they ruin it. That's why that's why the game's going down. Right. People don't understand. In any business you do in this world, passion is what sells and what people gravitate to. People ain't seeing the passion. Only time they start seeing the passion is during the playoffs. That's why everybody love NBA playoffs. But it ain't no passion in the regular season, man. People they sitting out games because of a sore ankles, a sore calf muscle, you know, just reasons where back in the day they played. And so people getting tired of it, man. And that's why the ratings going down for real. Because like we just said, it's some good teams. It's some good teams to watch. But overall, the perception is that, you know, people is tired of the players barely playing. Even when they do play, you know, you don't see the passion like back in the day. So the NBA gonna have to fix that. What you think about Mini Me brought up the tush push? They trying to ban it, she said.
Man, don't be mad because they done came up with something that can't be stopped. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, look, you just said that. You can't, so don't you complain. You can't stop it.
Yeah, man. If you that concerned about the tush push, do it too. You know what I'm saying? What are you talking about? You got, you know, 300-pound linemen just like they got 300-pound linemen. You know, they're not about to ban that. They're not about to do that.
No. But the funny part was the people on the rules committee act like they considering it. They try to say people get hurt on that play or something. I'm like, is this football or what is this?
Pom-pom or, you know, you remember pom-pom?
Football, touch football.
Yeah, man. They not about to, I mean, they got to consider.
They better not.
Yeah, they got to consider everything, right?
Yeah,
because somebody making a complaint. They're not about to do that.
They already kicking off the ball and everybody got to stand like a statue for a minute before the ball. Which I hate. I'm still trying to get used to that, but I ain't even brought that up yet. But you about to start bringing up everything. What'd you say?
Yeah, I hate it. I hate it, bro.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, come on. Now you gonna eliminate tush push? We already got to watch everybody stand like a statue while the ball in the air, and then when it drops, then everybody start moving. Like, what the hell am I watching? First time I saw that, I thought my Wi-Fi was messing up. I said, everybody moving.
Shauna,
that's the new rule.
We need to ask Shauna what the hubby think about it. You know?
Yeah. What do Pepper think about the new NFL? I know he be talking about it.
What?
They used to play with their leg. Their leg be broke. They just throw their leg over their shoulder and keep playing. Like, man. It didn't matter. Like,
and he played on one. And he played on one of those teams too. I mean, he played with the Giants when they was on them Super Bowl runs. And bro, they would be like you say, man, they might be out there with 2 broke legs and still balling. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. It's a different. Have you ever seen the video on social media where they show, when you walk through a door and you accidentally bump up against the door? You know what I'm saying? So they show like the different decades, like the 80s. You walk through the door, you bump the door, you just, you like, door, what you doing in the way, door? Get out the way, door. Then the 90s, they hit the door, they kind of like fall off a little bit. Then they got to the 2000s, and when they hit the door, they was like, oh, like, oh, it hurt.
Look, full surgery.
Yeah, it kind of remind me of that. Like, you know what I'm saying? As the generation, as we move forward with generations, seems like the generations just get a little bit softer every decade for whatever reason, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What we got else, man? Greg's hot topics.
Speaking of football,
before we go to one, I got one that I had that I wanted to let everybody know. With all this crazy plane stuff going around, they got the nerve to they want to drop the real flying car that's about to come out. This ain't the time, but I did want to bring it up. They got the new flying car is going to be I think they said it costs like $300,000. And they showed it flying like it's a real like thing. And I think, let me give y'all the story. So this is from Keisha Gale. It says, look like the future is officially here. A flying car isn't just a wild dream anymore. It's real. It's moving and it's about to change the game in a big way. Over the weekend, the 2025 Silicon Valley Auto Show kicked off and showcased the Aleph flying car. That's ALEF flying car. And let's just say it's not your regular electric vehicle. This baby comes with an extra trick. It can vertically take off, like it can just vertically take off from a sitting position, take off, go straight up, and fly over and like a plane. They say it's not just a regular electric vehicle, it can actually fly. So they say the San Mateo based company just hit a major milestone. They successfully tested this flying car in the city, and let's just say folks are shook. People do not believe it's a video. People think it's CGI, but this is not AI generated. That's why actually we had like some crews and television crews there, and they shot it live, is what they're saying. But the bottom line is, it's a literal flying car. Y'all got to go see the footage. Would you be purchasing one of those, Greg?
Bro, I see devastating accidents with regular cars every day. Right. You know what I'm saying? Can you imagine we flying? I mean, everybody in the chat saying the Jetsons, and I agree. And the thing about the Jetsons, oh wow.
Quit, damn. There it goes. Wow.
We ain't ready for that.
And it just flies over, and then it lands and rides regular. I ain't ready for that either, Greg. No. When you run out of gas?
Yeah. Midair.
Yeah. And what if anything happened midair? You just done.
I'm like, are they going to hire like a whole new group of air traffic controllers just for the vehicles? Yeah, man. That
guy flew over that white car, y'all.
And everybody in the rush.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's going to
be. So you in a rush, and then you look at a car because they can't get around you. They just fly over you.
Right.
I don't want no car over me leaking. Or no, it's electric, so it ain't going to be leaking nothing. But I don't want no car even flying over me. What if he land on me?
I just think it's too risky, and it would have to be like a whole new ecosystem that would surround it, where, I mean, of course, we drive. It went from horses to, carriages to actual cars, to planes. So the evolution and technology of things, is going to happen. So I'm not counting it out at some point. I don't know if we'll see it in our generation.
Oh, they about to drop this in a couple of years, they said.
Man, I think they say a lot of things, right? But this is a big hurdle.
Hey, look, y'all, that's a bad idea. I just think, sometimes you ain't even got to make it like real, like detailed or real creative. It's just, that's a bad idea.
Yeah.
What about if you drinking and flying and driving and flying? I wonder what's the penalty for that? If you drinking and flying.
Death.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. It has to be a whole ecosystem created to support flying cars. Like,
exactly. How you gonna just fly in the air wherever you want?
Yeah. I mean, I see like the cars, like, in Miami, when you go to Miami and you out on the water and you see the car boats, you've seen those before, right?
Yeah. Well, I actually, that's something I want to do with my son. I want to take the little car boat things.
Yeah.
Drive like go-karts.
Right. I mean, that's my point when I say, evolution when it comes to cars, planes, it is constantly happening, right? So I'm not gonna say that it'll never, if you look at the Jetsons, they kind of, predicted a lot of the things that we're enjoying now as far as technology, from FaceTime, from flying cars and robots and, all those things that we saw on that show and was blown away with, we're actually seeing now. You know what I'm saying?
Because remember, go ahead.
No, so I was just gonna say, so it's a possibility.
Yeah, I was just thinking, remember how crazy it was, just the fact that they was seeing who they was talking to on the screen.
Right.
Remember how crazy we thought that was?
Right.
Like how advanced that was in that time. You're like, that's sweet how they like can see who they talking to, and whoever they talking to can see them. And here we are.
And their maid was a robot. And now, now we're Rosie was a robot. You know what I'm saying? So now we're dealing with the potential of robots, being the next humans almost. The way they setting it up, they're getting ready to come in and, take over a lot of the work that humans, have been doing for decades now. So that's what I'm saying. It's a possibility that, they could figure it out where, you can actually start flying cars. And the thing about it, what they know is the average person isn't going to be able to afford these vehicles that they're talking about.
Right.
So if it's just a small,
it's gonna be Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah, if it's a small group of people that can afford the vehicles, I'm just like trying to figure out what the actual ecosystem would look like from you being able to get from point A to point B. That's going to be interesting. Yeah. So
what else you got, man? I just wanted to speak on that. I saw that kind of right before we got on, and it just had dropped. I was like, oh yeah, we got to talk a little bit about these flying cars. What y'all think? And I don't think nobody gonna get in one right now.
No. I would have to be like in a field of about 400 acres. No other, nothing else around. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm still only getting about 1 foot off the ground.
Yeah.
I gotta be at a height that if this thing just free fall, I'm still good. You know
Right.
what I mean? I fly
Right.
about 6 inches to 12 inches off the ground and see what it's hitting for. That reminded me when I went zip lining. That's something I was so excited to do that after I did it, I'd never do that again in life.
You ain't
That's
like
like that. I don't want to be up in the air that high with one thing to count on. And that's what I didn't like about zip lining. I went on a big, huge zip lining thing, and it was cool. Ty was really up there and really was on one of the highest, longest, biggest zip lining that ever was. And bro, when you sliding across that thing and then you looking down and there's nothing down there for miles, like you up in the mountains, like, and the only thing holding you is a little clip like this size of this finger. Man, I didn't imagine that when I said I wanted to go zip lining.
I zip
never
lining,
go
bro.
zip lining again.
I like it.
Oh, I liked it when I did it. I never do it again. I do some other stuff.
I do zip lining any chance I get to do it, bro.
Oh, I wish you got to go, man. You got to go where I went in Tennessee to one of the biggest, highest ones ever. You gonna like it then.
Yeah, I love zip
lining. I'll be down waiting on you, but you'll like it. It's so high. It take 30 minutes just to get up to the top. And then when you get to the top, you got to ride like, I think it was almost like 6, 7, 8. It was a lot of zip lines you had to ride to even get back down. So like once you get up there, you committed. You know, like you can't, the only way back down is to ride the zip line.
Do you ski?
I haven't skied since I was back in school. We used to take trips and go ski, but not since then. But skiing was fun.
Yeah.
And I had some wipeouts on the ski slopes.
Yeah, I love skiing.
Yeah, it was fun. I fell off the little ski slope thing. It was just taking off, and I wasn't all the way on good. I fell about 10 feet.
And see, you know what's crazy? I don't know why, but like when I was in high school, we had it was called the psychology club, and all the dimes was up in the psychology club, and part of it, and that's how they kind of got boys to come, you know, because it was pretty much all females in the psychology club. But one of the things that they did every year is they took like this weekend trip, you know, to go skiing. So that's how I got introduced to skiing, by getting in the psychology club, and I kind of fell in love with it. It was crazy because most of my boys, like, and I should have, in hindsight, I wish I would have went the other way. They would go golf, and we would go skiing. So that would kind of be like the difference. A lot of my people would go play golf, and we would actually go, because, you know, the ski slope from Flint and Holly is only like 30 minutes away. You know what I'm saying? So, and they got the big hills, man. It's a time, you know, and that's how I actually learned how to ski, by, you know, going on those weekend trips. Like the first time I went, man, I woke up the next day, man, I swear I felt like I was in a train wreck. But once you kind of get the basics down, then it becomes fun, man. When did I go skiing? Probably about 2 years ago. Yeah, when I was in Maryland.
So you've been recently.
Yeah, man. Just over the years, I've been, you know, we used to go, when I lived in DC, we used to go to Virginia every year skiing. Every single year we would go skiing. Man, I love skiing, man. And then, you know, fun. Yeah, it's fun, man. I couldn't get into the snowboarding. I don't know. I really wasn't too fond of that, but actually skiing, man, I love it. I'll go right now.
Ski trip coming soon.
Yes, ski trip, man. It'd be so much fun, man. You get a little libation in your system, man. You got to be careful on that ski slope though, because you can.
I told you, I know. You cannot play with them ski slopes.
No, you can't play.
You will break both ankles at the same time.
Yeah, legs. You know, People have unalived themselves on the ski slopes. So yeah, you gotta be careful. You gotta know what you're doing.
Yeah, don't. You ain't a professional like Greg. You gotta relax.
Yeah, you gotta relax. And I ain't no professional, but I still have to relax. You know what I'm saying?
What you got, man? Before we get out of here, another Greg hot topic, man.
We was talking about football.
What we missing football?
Man, what's up with the Eagles? Are they declining the visit to the White House?
Oh, and then they came back and said they going. So I'm thrown off.
Yeah, I don't know what's
first
going
I heard,
on.
First they said they wasn't going to the White House, and then like not too long after that, I saw a whole nother thing saying they going now. So I don't know if anybody in the chat got any anybody in the chat got any info on that, but I definitely I don't know, man.
You know what happened? They claimed that they declined the visit. And then the White House came back and said, we ain't invite you. and now we're back to, okay, if they are inviting us, then we're going to consider actually going. So we're in that gray area right now. And this happens, with for whatever reason, people have whatever issues they have with the president. This ain't the first time it went back and forth. I think the last, when he was in office, I can't remember who it was, but they were a little back and forth about going to the White House, and, they eventually ended up going. But I think that's going to be one of these, situations as well. How you gonna not go to the White House, bro? It's a tradition.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody, it ain't like you about to go in there and have a meeting, sit down with the president. You going because it's tradition. You in the White House, you won the Super Bowl. Go to the White House. You know what I'm saying? So when I heard that, I was like, "Come on, Philly, now."
Well, what it is you got to think. A lot of those players, a lot of their families, especially the top players on Philly, they not feeling Trump. That's what it is. It don't even be them. I know it. I know. I'm just explaining the other side of it. A lot of times, it ain't even as much as the players as it is they mama, they daddy, they brother, they sister, they this or they that. Because you think, what I'm saying, most of the stars on the Eagles or the team that run it, they look like me and you. So what happens is they have that pressure from their family, like, you going to see Trump? And they like, nah. And so, that's where that struggle begins. Because a lot of times you be in that position because once you become a football player, you understand the politics of it. And for the most part, they're going to tend to think like you, or think like anybody to say, you know what, it's the president, let me just go. But a lot of people don't realize, man, that family influence, and these is young guys. These, it's some older guys, but for the majority, these is 25, 26 and under guys. You know what I'm saying? So they don't want to upset their mama who don't give a rip about Trump or they daddy or they girl or whoever. You know what I mean? So it's just a crazy situation all across the board. But it's still funny to me saying, like, because once y'all, and I don't know if they said they wasn't going or whatever, but to me, if I say I ain't going, I ain't going. Like, I ain't gonna say I ain't going until my decision already made. So once I say I ain't going, like, it wouldn't change. So that's the only thing throwing me off. I mean, if you gonna go, just go. But if you saying you ain't gonna go, why you going now? Tell us why.
Yeah, because the higher ups was like, get your ASS to that White House.
Hey, look, because they know Trump be like, they'll put a tariff on the NFL team. Trump don't care. He'll sign an executive order. I'm raising the NFL tax to 75%.
Right.
Trump don't care if he even can do it for real. He just want to sign that executive order. He love that pen. So, like you said, the higher ups, the people who name on their checks,
Right.
That when they get their checks, that signature on there, he said, "Hey, y'all better go see Trump because he will definitely cook
Act
us."
the fool. Because I
Yeah,
mean, to him, that's a slight, you know, and he
yeah,
petty.
yeah.
He petty
And I
like
ain't gonna
that.
lie. If I was in a position, I would do the same thing. You know, if I was the president and they try not to come see
Yeah.
me, I ain't gonna lie, I'll pull my weight. Oh, y'all don't want to come see me? Y'all want to come see me?
Okay.
Okay. I got you.
Right.
I
I
got
mean,
you.
I
I'm gonna
think
get you
they
where it hurt.
Yeah, I think they tried that with Obama a little bit, but you know, at the end of the day, the higher ups are going to step in and be like, "Man, we're a team. Number one, number two, this is an honor. Every sports team that's been ever won the Super Bowl has been in the White House, no matter who the president was. You know, grow up." Is what they're gonna tell them. Get in the bus because we're or the plane because you're going. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't want to go, I'm gonna hit you in them pockets. How about that?
Right. And so, like I said, so as far as that story, I'm gonna end on this note. As far as that story, they just threw me off when they said they wasn't going, and then the players said they was going. I just don't like flip-flopping. You know what I mean? I just don't like flip-flopping. My thing is make your decision and stand on it. You know, that's just me personally. But see, I ain't gonna come out and say I ain't going unless I just ain't going. You know what I mean? Ain't gonna be no change. So, like when the team say they going, and I already said I wasn't going, it'll just be the team. Because whatever, I thought it through before I made that decision and put it out. You know. So in that case, that's the only thing kind of threw me off. I was like, damn, how you gonna say y'all not going, and now y'all going? So basically, y'all done let them tell you what to do. Which, hey, whatever floats your boat. I'm just saying, once I make a decision, that'd be my decision. That's it though, bro. We had another lunch hour. Please like the live, share the live, send the live out. See what we got. I appreciate everybody. Another show in the books. You want to support the podcast? The link is in the notes. The link is in the notes on the YouTube and the Facebook. Definitely. Yeah, definitely comment, y'all, after I close the live. Come back to this post and leave some comments. It helps push it out. And we definitely gonna let's get the I'm outs in there. But we definitely gonna talk about the breakfast for dinner some more. So we'll probably be reaching out to Mini Me. And if you know anybody else, Mini Me, or anybody in the chat that want to be a part of the Breakfast for Dinner show, where we just putting together a panel of everybody that's in the crew that can talk about these stories and cases and just whatever. So we're gonna be getting that together. I want to have an episode soon. So be looking out for that. I'm out.